after the touchdown. McPherson on to kick this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll let that one go as it... The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
They run here with Dowdle. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Options galore here. Second and a few inches. Now Rodgers. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Boy, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers now to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
319.
Now it's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense up to the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
26.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And boy, is he close. Did he get there? No, they're going to say he short the line to gain. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. The last time I could repeat that, Jones' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
Frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Burrow will throw. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. Able to find Higgins. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The Bengals at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. They come in losers in 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Now Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. 12 yards that time and a Cincinnati first down.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
180. 12.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This one complete to Yoshibas. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score.
Here we go. 180. Stop.
Shotgun handoff to Brown here. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
But they're getting ready to go to work now in prime real estate after that last run. Found his spot and picked up nice yardage, didn't he?
And now he's got him knocking on the door of the red zone.
Stop. 180. 11 mighty. 11. Stop.
Burrow looking to pass. And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Jamar Chase, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
Damn, Jamar Chase going off on him.
Up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Yeah, Marquise.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out.
Popping. Damn. You popping it?
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
It's a gain of 10. First down.
1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. Rodgers going to throw. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
That's caught right side. It's Warren. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down.
This nigga thinking about
enough, and it'll be fourth down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on fourth down. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away.
Oh my God.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bengals take over first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with a 14-3 advantage already, we'll see how much they want to try to push things, if at all. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Second and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown.
Let's get set. 11, 11, 11. 180. Right hot. Hot.
Now it's Burrow. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with Rodgers behind center, you wonder if they'll take one shot at this. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. For the second half, 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. Well, certainly not what they wanted out of the locker room here as they'll start defensively at the 40-yard line. A very good starting field position for the Bengals here as they come up first and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And they have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
This time Burrow will look to throw. And he'll find Chase on the right side.
Oh, my God.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, his 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Bengals come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now.
Jamar Chase, 3 touchdowns, Jamar Chase. Yeah.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to
Yeah, Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase, 3 touchdowns.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
Don't worry, I know that feeling. Well, it's better than the Bengals. It's better than the Bengals.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger. But no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing. And try and get back to where you were to start the half. Situational football right now. What they need to do, where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
He's got room at the 30. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another big gain or 2 in succession as this one goes for 32. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Down to the 10. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
They get this out left. Touchdown. From 3 yards out. And the Steelers get a bit closer. So a very important first drive of the 3rd quarter, Charles, and safe to say, a much-needed touchdown. Which leads to
I'm about to say, look, if you want to do a blockbuster trade, I'll trade you all my linemen for yours. This Bengals line is ass. I'll trade you any day. What, for like the offensive line of the Bengals?
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Nobody on that offensive line is worth it. I did something like that. I was like, yeah, I guess it's a development year. Everything I'm doing is development. I don't expect to make the playoffs with this team. Like, offensively, like, I can make shit happen on the receiving side, but the line is that bad. Fucking run offense isn't as good.
They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
Here we go, here we go.
11,
mighty. 11.
They're passing here, Joe Burrow. This pass complete to Higgins. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They find some open field here. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 5. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On one, ready?
Why y'all so mean?
Stop!
Open on the left side. This is Valdez-Scantling. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Damn. Damn.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
On play action, now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 39.
26.
Rodgers to throw once more. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Partner, when you're playing cover 2, this is like a tag team for the safeties. Each of them gets a half-field responsibility. Their job, stay as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, read the football, and go make a play. In this case, the free safety made the best play, an interception.
Here's Burrow. That's taken in by Higgins. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
And the Bengals first down.
Here we go.
First and 10.
On first and 10, here's Brown. It's a pickup of 6, and that is going to do it for this third quarter. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. This is Brown going up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Burrow on play action. He'll try and do this himself. And that would be incomplete.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try to get those yards a safer way.
And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Throwing is Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And this one's going to sail on him a bit, and it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he will not be able to hang on to the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his round, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
Jump out! 6:30.
Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. That's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
5 yards, not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get into his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. That's to his running back, complete. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
On the run, it's Dowdle. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Rodgers now to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal. To throw is Rodgers. And he's got his man in stride, complete. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
Nice completion, nice gain.
Great tackle.
Really good tackle. Kept him in bounds, kept things going. What do you do here?
That's the question. Let's see what they do. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Michael Pittman from a yard out. And the Steelers have got it back to a two-score game here in the fourth. Boswell good with the extra point. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards? So many variables, and in this case, they didn't get it done.
Gun. Start. 180. 180.
Now a give, left side, Brown with it. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field.
It is for when you're beating the shit out of them.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
11 Thomas.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it.
Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. 2-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. So look at this. They'll go for a field goal now to get within a score. Just to get it back to a 1-score game. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through. And that'll make this an 8-point game. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well, if you step back and look at this, CD, a pretty impressive victory. Not the best defense in the NFL they were going against, but it is a top 10 defense in this league, and they're pretty sound, but yet they found a way to get it done and get the victory.
Yeah, I got to give them credit because I think their game plan was really, really strong for this one. They knew where they wanted to attack. They knew how they wanted to execute, and they did it with confidence and a little bit of verve as well.
So for the Bengals, it may not be too late to salvage their season as the win moves them to 2-5 now on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game.
All right, let's see what's going on. Damn, Piper. Adjust your line. Hit R3. Go to auto protect. Good on pass protection. Yeah, auto protect. Look, go down. Right there, please. Balance. Down. Auto protect. Right here. Over. Jesus Christ. Thank you. Fucking start there. Start there. Let's start there. Your line is better than mine, and I held up. See? More time. Congratulations. Jesus Christ. They protected a lot better than what the fuck they were doing. You came in free last time. You gotta set the. You got. Damn, you put him in field goal range. Damn, you put him in field goal range to fucking close out the half. He didn't put the mic on him. He was right there in the gap.
I give it all.